everyone, good morning and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Elle and this is me. I call this a podcast. I know that it technically it is not, but this is what I can do with the limited skills that I have. So currently, I am planning to invest in a microphone so that my audio would be better. So if you'd like to support me, I have my coffee channel in the description box below. So thanks everyone and welcome to today's episode. So for today, I actually am not gonna talk about something happy. I don't know why I sound so chipper. I guess it's just how you start something, right? So, my family received some terrible news this week, and they turned worse today. So my sister, so yeah, I'm going to talk about my sister in this episode. My sister has been working as the head of the COVID team in a private hospital in my country for the past year. So since the virus started, um, yeah, since the quarantine and the virus started spreading in my country, she has been leading the team in her hospital. And late last year or early this year, couple months ago, the hospital opened up a third separate ward exclusively for COVID. And more recently, I think this was 2 weeks ago, they the emergency room has practically been an unofficial COVID ward as well. So the news is that 2 weeks ago, my sister received the vaccine that was provided for them, and it was required. And prior to receiving the vaccine, she was already dreading it because she has been very diligent in everything. She's doing everything properly. She's handling COVID patients day in and day out. She lives in the hospital, literally. She and her teammates had to stay in the hospital. So, for one, because they're pretty much needed round the clock, and secondly, so that they can be quarantined from their family members. So, there's that. And she was telling us na, oh gosh, I have escaped the clutch of COVID this whole time. What if the vaccine is the one that gets me? And guess what? It did. So, 2 weeks ago, she received the vaccine that was provided by the hospital. It was, I'm not sure actually if it was mandatory, but they had the seminars. She said she read up on it, she studied, and she decided yes, she will take the vaccine. She wasn't feeling great, and the vaccine, instead of helping her, made her very sick. Her 2 weeks quarantine ended. She had a test. She tested positive, and right now she is quarantined separate from my family, not for precautionary measures, but because she actually is sick. And her boyfriend, who visited her for 2 days after after she received the vaccine, he tested positive as well. So, how fun is that? And obviously, I am being sarcastic. It's not fun. It's very, very terrible news. And it's just so hard. You know, I've talked about in a previous episode how my mom recently passed away. It wasn't from COVID, but it was from a tragic car accident, and it wasn't made any better because a rich kid hit her, and they threatened our lives because we filed the case. And the CCTV footage is missing. We pursued the case, and there has been no reply because this rich kid's father has political ties. So it's sometimes it's just hard. You don't know if you realize that justice is not for all. Justice belongs to those who are in power. And I keep telling myself, I keep telling my family that God knows everything, and we did what we could. And at the end of the day, God is the one who judges all. So yeah, so that was upsetting. And what's harder about this news, my sister testing positive and knowing that she's not doing fine and she has to be quarantined alone, the same way that my mom was when she had it. She had it for, I think, 4 months. She didn't tell anyone outside our family. She was, I mentioned this in the previous episode as well. She was admin in the school where she works, and she wanted to do her job. She wanted to help the students who needed their tablets, and she wanted to guide the teachers as curriculum chair. She wanted to guide and train the teachers who needed help, and she did all that while she was quarantined by herself in our house. So her case wasn't severe, so she was still able. She didn't have to be confined, admitted. She didn't have to be admitted to a hospital. So she quarantined at home by herself. The rest of my family rented a separate place where they could stay. They had 2 weeks probationary. They were quarantined 2 weeks while they were waiting for results and for precaution. And that's where they stayed while my mom was still battling the virus. She survived that. She cleared for it. She tested negative eventually. However, shortly after that, not even 1 month, yeah, I think it's just 2 or 3 weeks after she tested negative, she was hit by a car. And now my sister is sick. And, hmm, what do we do, right? So, yeah. And, to add to that, my mom's best friend, who she got into a huge fight with a couple years ago. She tried to make amends with one of her best friends. This friend is very close to her. They've been friends since high school, and she's actually my godmother. They had a huge fight, and in my mother's wake, my godmother was telling everyone in her eulogy. That's what they're called, right? Uh, in the eulogy that she regrets so much not accepting my mom's apology because now she cannot make amends with her anymore. And my godmother, this morning, her brother died. We don't know the news yet, and my sister, who is quarantined right now because of the virus, is actually asking if one of us or some of us could go visit her and you know help her through this time. But with the numbers rising and me being immunosuppressed, how do we deal with all of this, right? So so my sister's sick, her boyfriend is sick as well, and my godmother, who I was very close to growing up, somewhat her sibling passed away, and it's a lot of bad news. So, but that is how life is. We just deal with it the best way we can. So, thank you everyone for hanging with me today. That's me. It's a late episode for today. I was busy with some stuff. In other news, anniversary update for Animal Crossing is almost here. I'm so excited. I'm still new to the franchise. I got my Switch and the game last October. Yeah, last my in my yeah, last October for my birthday. Thank you to my partner. You are the best. Shout out to Haku. I will add his channel, link to his channel in the description box below. He posts mostly about Smash Brothers, but he also posts about a lot of his gameplay. So if you'd like to go take a look, he plays Animal Crossing as well. Go check him out. He's really good in those other games that I am terrible at. So yeah, there's that. And also, I am hosting an Animal Crossing New Horizons giveaway on my Twitter. If you are looking to expand your Celeste inventory, I have some DIY recipes, crafted items, star fragments, and zodiac fragments for you guys. Until next episode, bye!